All right, so let's go through our first round of combat against this venomous spider. Now, there's a whole flow chart available that we can reference. This is a solo flow chart for combat. And it's not too bad, but basically what's going to happen first in this, our basic kind of combat here, is that if we had any fast actions, we could use those. So if we have an item that is designated as a fast attack item, like a throwing dart or something like that, we could use it. We don't. Our quarterstaff is like a normal melee attack weapon. And so in this game, monsters will always go first, okay? And so, like I said, instead of dice, we've got a stack of cards that have dice rolls on them. And so this is effectively what the monster is rolling. Monsters rolled a 3 and a 2, and so what you typically do at this point then is you take an actual die and you put a 3 on here, and because these can modify, these can become modified. And it says over here, the monster will try to use, if he's got it available, he'll try to use 2 guard tokens. Now, if you recall, our monster comes with 1 guard token. What does that mean? So the monster is going to spend this guard token, and it's going to re-roll. If it has a die that has a 1, 2, or a 3 on it, it's going to re-roll it. And in the case of, if he had 2 guard tokens, he would actually re-roll both of these dice. Okay? Now he's going to take whatever he re-rolls. So I'm going to re-roll this 2. So whatever this becomes is whatever it is. It's a 3. Okay, so we now have 3 and a 3 on here. Now, the other thing the guard token does is it re-rolls one of these dice. That was a 1, 2, or 3. It also adds 2 to his combat roll. And so this now is a 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So that's his combat roll is an 8, because we're adding the guard token value on there. We then reference over here and say, what does 8 do? 8 would do, it's between 3 and 9. He does 2 damage to us. So notice that these chaos tokens, they weren't part of this card, so we ignore it. I'm sure we're going to see that come up at some point here, but for now, those aren't going to be used. So our decision now on our character is to either take that 2 damage. Remember, we start this game with 6, so we go down to 4. Or we could choose to spend our guard tokens to force a re-roll of these dice, and then it adds a -2 modifier to his roll. It doesn't make sense for us to do that because this is not so bad. We can go ahead and suck it up and take that 2 damage here. So we'll go ahead and we'll lower our health by 1, 2. So just put it alongside to kind of indicate we're now at 4 and our max is 6. That's always the top, if you will. Okay? So that's what the monster did to us. And now it would be our turn to attack. And we'll take a look at that next.